Live. Good morning and welcome to this morning's edition of Contracting Chatter. I'm your host, Luciana Turner. I look like I'm getting ready to go work out after the broadcast, and that's because I am. Yes, I am going to go work out. A sister has some goals. I talked about having your business goals, having your spiritual goals, having all those things. I have physical goals for 2024. Usually I'm a lot more put together for my broadcast, but guess what? A sister is doing what a sister has to do. But that's okay. A sister is also good job. Lost 53 pounds. I'm down 40 pounds. I have a while to go. I have a good ways to go, but I'm proud of my weight loss journey. When I went to the doctors, I didn't even get my weight when I went this last time. So, yeah, you know what, we encourage each other over here. So go ahead. And I'm still looking for your email, your response email. So, you know what? My son is is putting together a movie and him and my daughter starring in it. And I guess I'm having a I love that walking like I was writing my name in cursive. You know what? I walked 3 miles the other day. And I'm going to tell you how that's an accomplishment. For those of you who have been following me any number of time, any amount of time, I had a double stroke in 2020. And I lost use of my left side, so I had to learn how to walk again. And I learned how to walk with an AFL. And for those of you who know how to walk and can get up and walk, don't take that for granted because part of it was to learn how to make the movement, the simple getting up and sitting down without falling is muscle control. This, when I first had my stroke, I couldn't do this. The muscle control. Oh yeah, Patty. The muscle control just to do this. I was all over here. I couldn't even get this. Just to be able to do this was weeks in therapy. I was in tears because I couldn't clap my hand. Oh my God, it was a thing. So the fact that I was able to walk 3 miles and I walked a mile and a half of it without my leg brace. When I tell you we praise and we give thanks over here for every bit of accomplishments, we do it over here. That's why I keep talking about mindset matters. That's what I tell people. You push through, you go through, you give up and you just fall into stuff. And when I tell you, when people always want to say you can't overcome. You can overcome anything you put your mind to overcome. And when people tell you you have to settle for less, that's because they want you to stay in a constant state of brokenness. You don't have to settle. The doctors told me that whatever your brain does the most healing within the first 6 months. And when they told me that, that was activation. I had two kids to raise. I didn't have time to be in a wheelchair. I went from wheelchair to walker in 6 months. No, 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 no. And I'm not sitting here sharing this to say it was easy. I sat here and said it took a mate of mine. I'm not sitting here saying this to say I didn't cry because there were some nights after my children went to bed, we cried. I cried. When I came home, when I came home, my children embraced me because I was in the hospital and then in rehab so long, and this was during COVID, so they couldn't come visit me. You know, they had the lockdowns, so they couldn't come visit me. My child shared with me that she thought I was dead and they just wasn't telling them. Come on. You can overcome what you want to overcome. It takes a mindset. Then I had to rebuild my business like I never had one before because I was so gone out of the game. I had to reactivate all over again. I had to reactivate my mailing list. I had to reactivate the people who were following me on social media. I had to reactivate my client list. I was starting over, and it dawned on me one day, honey, you've been gone almost a year. You're like a new business. So what I'm telling you, I've been there. So when I'm sharing with you every morning when I go live, and when people tell you, girl, you don't have to go live every day, you do what works for your business. Now, for their business, they don't go on live every day, it didn't work. For my business, sharing my expertise, it's a part of my brand because what I share in my everyday is what I don't want to do. So I share it so you can build up so that you, when you come to work with me, I don't have to do all of this. You've been watching me on the daily. So on my road to 10 years in business, I am sharing with you the overcome, the overcame. You're not listening to somebody that's telling you something they read from a book. You're listening to somebody who's sharing with you what they have gone through, and overcame. Come on. So when I tell you you need a continuity plan, that's because if I had had a continuity plan, somebody could have been running my business while I was going through. Had I built up and developed another me, somebody could have sat in my seat and ran my business while I was recovering. I wouldn't have been worrying about how the bills was getting paid and watching my bank account deplete every month. I wouldn't have had to worry about that. Oh, child, see, I'm telling you. So when I activated and reactivated, I put all that stuff in place. Let me get sick now. Somebody could sit in this seat and run this business and you'll never know it. Somebody could sit in this seat and host this broadcast as a guest and you would never know it. And they would be the guest anchor or the guest host of Contracting Chatter. And you would never know it until I came back and shared the new testimony. Come on. So I'm sharing with you what I know. And I'm sharing you what I've been through. So when people get up here with this insipid, that's your story, it's my story to sell you so it can activate something in you. Don't let people tell you you can't overcome. You can. You don't have to live with it. You don't have to. I'm going to go here. You do. There's no such thing as you're either a victim or you're overcomer. You are not an empowered victim. Come on. You're either empowered or you're a victim. Pick one. Pick a lane. Pick a lane. All these middle lane drivers, you causing accidents. Get out the way for those of us who know which lane we're in. Pick a lane. Those people who want you to walk in ambiguity are the people who want you to stay mediocre. My mentor says the Bible, and for those of you who don't believe in God, don't anybody who puts God Daddy in my comment section will get blocked. I'm just saying that, be warned. The Bible always speaks of exceedingly bold, blessed, highly favored. It doesn't say anything about mediocre. So if I am the daughter of the Most High, then that tells me who I am. So let me walk in it. Let me talk in it. Let me exude in it. Let me be his representative. People don't believe in the Most High because we are misrepresenting him. Come on. That's not even where I was going this morning, but let me go there. While we there, let me claim my birthright as his daughter and let me show up as his daughter. And I have a duty as his daughter to say, look at me, this is what he's done for me and where he's taking me. And guess what? My daddy corrects me when I'm wrong, lifts me up when I'm right. Come on. So as I'm sharing with you on my road to this 10-year anniversary, I'm sharing with you the things that I've come through and going through and scaling up. People want to be expertpreneurs and they're experting you in rented cars. Come on, get. Yeah, I need to stop being impressed by the flex. And let me tell you something. It takes work and it takes investment. You will invest your time. You will invest your energy. I'm gonna keep it on 100. You will invest some tears, and you will invest some money to make your business do what your business is supposed to do. Period, point blank, in a discussion. You can't skip steps and expect a result. I'm going to say that one more again for those who didn't understand it, bad grammar intended. You can't skip steps and expect results. Your coach and your mentor can help you accelerate because they will help you fill in and tell you, don't do that, don't do that. But they're not helping you skip steps in the process. They're helping you accelerate through those steps in the process. There's a difference. Every house have the same structure, a foundation, walls, and a roof. It's not a house if it doesn't have a foundation, walls, and a roof. And if that foundation isn't stable, if that foundation isn't there, you get cracks. If that foundation gets the waffling, that roof gets to get the skillet off kilter and rain gets to coming in. And then all of a sudden, when it's raining outside, it's raining inside. And then you have to say, wait a minute, I need to check the foundation. Everybody want to fix the roof, but they don't want to check the foundation. Come on, you got to check your foundation from time to time. If you're not getting the results that you need to get, you want in your business, it's not the roof, it's the foundation. When you fix the foundation, you'll magically see the roof and stop leaking. You can't skip steps in the process. There are things you go through that will help you along the way. And I've been through some things that let me know I'm in it for the long haul. Are you? Are you in it for the long haul? Are you in it to win it? Are you an entrepreneur because it's the new fad? Or are you in it because you had a vision and you put a plan under that vision and you execute it? Which one are you? Pick a lane. I need you to pick a lane. We picking a lane in 2024. I'm coming to snatch edges. My mentor snatched mine. I'm snatching yours. I'm just saying. I had to get a whole new hairstyle when he got finished with me. I got my marketing coach stays snatching. They snatching mine. I'm snatching yours. In 2024 and beyond, we running. Are you running with me? If this is resonating, put it in the chat. I hear you. I'm with you. I'm going with you. If you can't say that, that's all right. Just stay in the live. Keep listening. For those of you watching from the hallway, good morning. This is Contracting and Chatter. We talk about all things business, all things government contracting. And no matter when you catch this broadcast, because if you come to my YouTube channel, all the lives are there. You can binge them when you want to. Petty, you're not in the slow lane. You're not in the slow lane. We're going to get you out the slow lane, Petty. Matter of fact, hit me up in the Discord. There are things and there are ways that we need to do and we need to get ahead. I was listening to somebody interviewed for a podcast episode. He's awesome. And he made a statement I resonated with so much. He was like, people want $1 million businesses. They don't want to do $1 million work. That set me free. You know, it didn't set me free. It set me to another level, because I say that all the time about government contracting. People want $1 million contracts, but they don't want to set up $1 million foundation. They don't want to learn the $1 million rules. I have a $5 ebook, Stages to Government Contracting. And you know, somebody told me that I shouldn't be charging $5 for it. And I said, thank you. And we kept on moving. You don't want to pay $5 to learn what you're supposed to learn the stages. They didn't even know there was 7 stages. So you don't want to pay $5 to learn something you didn't know and to know what you're supposed to do during each stage. They really going to be shocked when I turn that ebook into a full out book. And there's a course to go with it. Hello. I'm just saying. People will try to keep you on, bring you down to their level when they want to abuse your gift for their elevation. Watch the company you keep. That's a business lesson right there. Watch the company you keep. When you start your business, you will see true colors. There's somebody, when I look back over it, the signs was there that she wasn't who she was purporting to be. But you know what? We live, we learn, and we move on. We on discernment 3.0 right now. I was on discernment 0.5. I was in kindergarten. We elevating. And I elevated out of kindergarten. I was in kindergarten at that time. I'm not in kindergarten anymore. We were having lunch. My business was still hit and miss. She was in business as well. But I've always believed in setting my business up right. They've always accused me of being extra. And you know what? I am extra. I'm a compliance officer. You're supposed to have a business bank account. And guess what? If she had had a business bank account, she would have qualified for that PPP loan. But that's another conversation for another day. She sat at that lunch table and said, that little business, anybody who refers to your business as little is trying to sneak diss you. They're trying to belittle your vision. They're trying to bring you down a peg because they think you are too big, whether it's subconsciously or consciously, whether it's deliberate or not. No, there's no little anything anywhere. You have a big business. Small business, according to the SBA, is defined by the revenue, not the size, not the age. Get off of it. And depending on the NAICS code, it's the number of employees or square footage. People use terms and don't know where the terms come from. No. So at that moment, my discernment, my spirit kicked in and said, listen to her words. But I was still half obedient. That's why you have to be compliant in every arena. Because the spirit said, kick in and peep her words. She was dissing my business. She wanted me to shut down, but this the same person, every time she got in trouble with her business, was coming to me to get business advice. She just didn't want to pay for it. Watch them people that always want to use your gift, but don't want to acknowledge your gift. When you're in business, I'm not telling you to diss your friends, but I'm telling you to get some business friends. I just came off of a 2-day masterclass. And when he said iron sharpens iron, but some of you have plastic friends, I hollered. I was on the phone texting somebody and said, I don't need no plastic friends. And she was texting me back, a good thing you not one. Let me tell you, I had to do some analyzing who was in my circle. Now, I'm not telling you to get rid of your friends, but when you're in business, you have your business friends and you have your regular friends. When you're talking about business, you talk to your business friends. When you're talking about everything else, you talk to your other friends. Family is family. Family and friends are not the people you talk to about your business because they will give you bad advice, not because they mean to. Sometimes it is, sometimes it's a jealousy factor. That's where discernment come in at. Hello. But because they don't have the business mindset, they don't have a business acumen. So their viewpoint is always skewed in a way that their advice is bad. It will never benefit the person who is coming from a business mindset. You have to shift and you have to expand and contract at the same time. If anybody is picking up what I'm putting down, let me know. Say I'm picking it up. And if you're not picking up what I'm putting down, just come on, just stay on the ride. You'll get it eventually. In my circle, that's why I keep talking about the Chatter family. The Chatter family. I need to take the subscription off of this channel because we're going to subscribe a different way. That's what the Chatter family is about. It's about a network and it's about a community where you can come together, and besides the conversations we have, you get to network with business people. I've shared this story on the live before, but I'm going to reshare it again. I'm in a mentor group. And there was somebody in the group. Now, my mentor is also a pastor, but he's also a business coach. And I love him for this. When we're in the business coaching, he doesn't stop being a pastor. But this is why I'm doing my event in November. You don't have to put down your faith because you're in business. That's another story for another day. But pick it up. Come on, stay in the car with me. One of the people asked the question. She's saved now. Her old business is no longer in alignment with that. Does she have to shut down her business? He said, now, if you were in church, I would give you a church answer. He said, but we're in the business coaching. I'm going to give you a different answer. He said, one, God is not anti-money. He's anti-exploitation. Wait a minute. And he gave us scripture for that. He didn't put his faith down. He changed the answer a little bit. He also said, but a way we make money must be in alignment with our values. So when God changes us, he changes everything around us. So he told her, you don't have to shut your business down. You just need to realign your business to meet your values now. Then he rallied the community around her to mastermind with her to help her see what she needed to keep in her business, get rid of in her business, to reshape in her business so that when she came back, he can then help her. But he couldn't coach her throughout her whole business process on that call. That's the point of community. That's why you need to be in community with business people. That's the beauty of being in network with other business people and having a mentor and a coach. Now, what he told her was a lot more than that. I shared it in greater detail at that time, but I'm not going into all that this morning. The point of it is community, choosing a lane, staying in integrity, using what you have, the transformation, all of that comes with a made up mind and a commitment. She wasn't an empowered victim. She could have went into instant victimization of, oh my God, I made this change and now I have to know. She was empowered, not a victim. And in her empowerment, she leaned into her coach and said, mentor, coach, I have this problem. He mentored her. She was receptive to her, and then he activated the community. If she was not in the community, she would have thought she had to give up her business. That's a lesson. Being in community helps you in these times because we were able to rally around her and help her. Being in the right communities, let me add that to that. Being in the right communities helped her. Because if you're in the wrong community and getting the wrong help, well, we all know what happens with wrong help. Now, somebody is saying, what does any of this have to do with government contracting? What does anything have to do with business? I'm telling you, the right community, the right networks will help you stabilize and scale your business and will help you stabilize and scale your contracting business. In the right communities, your next joint venture partner is there in the community with you. You don't do business alone. In the right networks, in the right places, you meet the right people who can answer the right question or connect you to the right people. That's what this is all about. Connections and networking. Filling the gaps, making the connections. And with that, I'm closing out this morning's segment of Contracting Chatter. Does anybody have any questions for me before I close out? I will return for Q&A Friday. Remember, after you drop them in the chat. You can drop them in the chat for Q&A Friday. I'm doing good. And I will see you tomorrow morning at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for another installment of Contracting Chatter. I'm your host, Luciana Turner. I pray you found something enriching, and I'll see you tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning, I'm going to go live at 8 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time since it's Q&A Friday. So I'll see you at 8 o'clock.